Hello folks, what I'm going to be doing today is demonstrating how to clean some found cast iron skillets. Now I picked these both up at a swap meet, got them for a couple bucks a piece. They're more modern Lodge, I guess, although this one I believe is from the 70s. This one, they started that logo in the early 90s. So I'll show you how simple it is to take something that looks as nasty as these do and get them back to cooking. Okay, so I'm going to start off by using the lye tank. Now, a lye tank sounds like it's something really complicated. Perhaps we should come up with a better name for it, but all I did was take an old used storage container that I had. I put 10 gallons of water in it, and then I mixed in 2 pounds of lye. So the ratio that we typically use is you add 1 pound of lye to every 5 gallons of water. So pretty easy. If you get a 5-gallon bucket, you could add a pound of lye to that and use that as your lye tank. I happen to have had a larger storage container, so I put about 10 gallons of water and threw in 2 pounds of lye. If you're a little off on your ratios, it's fine. It might clean faster, it might clean slower. But one thing you do want to do is wear gloves when you're working with the water. Now I've reached in there. I was in a rush with bare hands. It didn't do anything, but some people complain that it either gives them dry skin or they feel it stinging on their skin. But I haven't had any major reactions to it. I never noticed anything other than my hands felt silkier. So here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and start by adding those 2 pans that we talked about earlier. And I'm just setting them into the tank. Now, you might see action within an hour, but typically people tend to wait 3 days before they go mess with it. Okay, it's been 2 days, so let's check on the progress we've made so far. Again, I have my gloves on. All right. There's a bunch of other pans in here, by the way. I keep throwing more in as I get them, and then when I find time to clean them, I come out. But if you remember what they looked like before, we could see that seasoning is definitely coming off. They have hardly anything remaining, really. So I'm going to hit it with the stainless steel scrubby. So let's move this into the kitchen. Okay, so we made it to the kitchen. I've set the pans in the sink. Haven't touched them yet. You see a little bit better in here with the lighting. But all I'm going to do is use my stainless steel scrubby. And I'm going to go ahead and hit this with some cold running water. You want to use cold, not hot. If you think about it, hot water releases oxygen. That's why when you boil it, you see the bubbles. So cold water releases less oxygen. You're not going to get what we call flash rust. And flash rust is where you see this nice clean area here just almost instantly get a orange sandy appearance to it. So I'm hitting it with a brush. Now, if I wind up spending too much time doing this, it goes back in the lye bath. I'm not going to sit here and spend, a half hour trying to scrub out a stain. I'll drop it back in the lye bath and pull it out when it's ready. So yeah, look at these are cleaning up really nice. Very little stains. I don't think I'm going to need to do any rust abatement. For rust, I'll do another video on that. But typically, it's a chemical reaction. we use vinegar and water. Basically, you want 2.5 to 3% vinegar acidity. Store-bought stuff is usually 5 or 6%, so we mix it equal parts. And then just do a tank, or some people do it right in their sink. But I like to not waste all my products. I'm doing this a lot. So if it's a one-time shot and you don't want to store a tank of vinegar, I guess you could do it right in your sink. It'll clean up your sink as well. But if you notice, these have cleaned up pretty nice. There's a couple of areas that I'm not happy with. I'm going to give those a little attention. And I'll bring you back once I've done all this scrubbing. Otherwise, this video would be like watching paint dry. Okay, so that pretty much brings us to the end here. You saw what these look like before. Pretty big transformation. I'm going to wash them with some Dawn dish soap, which I have in here, just to make sure everything's off the pan. Give them a good cleaning, like you would anything you bring home. Yeah. So I'll wash it inside and out with the dish soap. It also removes any film or oil that was left from the process of using the tank and what have you. And it allows for the seasoning to stick a lot better. I'm pretty happy with the results so far. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, it looks pretty good, don't you think? You can see the bottom here. This isn't going to need to go in a live tank. Some people do it regardless. I don't like to, because for one, it tends to want to rust right after coming out of lye. I'm sorry, vinegar. Another one of my favorite cleaning tools. It's just a nylon brush. You buy them at the dollar store. These I tend to use on my seasoned cast iron when I wash them, and I wash them the same way. Soap and water. People tell you, oh, soap will take off all your seasoning. Well, it's never taken off any skin off my hands. You definitely can't make a soap tank to soak your iron in and remove it. I mean, we had to put this stuff in lye to get it to come off. So, soap is totally safe for your seasoned cast iron. Once you create a good polymer, which I'll show you how to do in another video, nothing's going to penetrate that except for maybe a long, slow cook with a tomato sauce or something. Big difference. Pretty little effort. We started off with a storage container, some water, 2 pounds of lye, mixed them up, put our pans in it. I waited 2 days. Now, as you've seen, I probably spent about 10 minutes here washing these up in the sink. And what I'll do is wipe them dry and then begin the seasoning. That'll be another video, but that's all for now. Hope you liked the video.